Sodium carbonate. Production of sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is one of the very top 15 chemical products produced in the world. Sodium carbonate is a white powder, soluble in water. This is an alkaline solution, means this is a base, a weak base. Sodium carbonate also been called soda ash because it extracts from the ash of a plant. So this is the ash of a burned plant, so it's called soda ash. Before the production of a NaOH, those charcoal alkaline process, sodium carbonate once been used to make soap. It was heated with animal fat to produce the crude soap for cleaning, and that is back to the old day. Sodium carbonate, the use, half of it is to make glass. It is being used for washing soda. It used as a water softener. And the dry form of sodium carbonate will be used as our primary standard to titrate for titration, as we learned on our early titration topic. Production of sodium carbonate, called survey process. You have three raw materials: limestone rock, calcium carbonate, brine, concentrate salty water, NaCl, ammonia. Now let's see this process work. First, the calcium carbonate, this limestone rock, you just by heating it, burn the rock, and it will produce calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is a base oxide, and carbon dioxide is an acidic oxide. Please note, when base oxide, calcium oxide, add water, and carbon dioxide, acidic oxide, add water, what do they form? Calcium oxide add water form into a base, calcium hydroxide. Carbon dioxide add water form into carbolic acid, the famous carbolic acid we've been mentioned many times. Now look onto the survey tower. Carbolic acid with ammonia, what's the relationship? Acid and base relationship. Ammonia is a Bronsted base, means it accepts H as base. So the reaction, acid react with base. Acid react with base form what? It forms salt, which is a positive and a negative ion. A positive ammonium, negative hydrogen carbonate. So this is a type of salt. If you add another salt in, NaCl, now see which ones will be more soluble, which ones will be less soluble. Ammonium NH4 is the most soluble. Chloride also soluble. So Na and HCO3, they will precipitate more easily. You precipitate out and further into sodium carbonate. So what's left behind? Ammonium chloride. What is ammonium chloride? If you remember, acidic salt. Acidic salt. So if I channel it to the recovery tower, the base area, what will happen? So the reaction going to form is an acid and a base reaction again. So it will form into calcium chloride, and this is the waste that we don't want. Water and the ammonia, now it recovered back. So now it is recycled and reused. So ammonia job is only as a carrier. Now we come to the environmental consideration. On this survey process, there is two parts you need to consider. First, it will generate a lot of heat. Where from? You burning calcium carbonate rock. So if you keep burning the rock, you will make the surrounding very hot. So how are you going to cool it off? If you're cooling the water, if you're using the water to cool like the water from the ocean, so the heat can easily to dissipate. So you can release the heat. That will be better. However, if you put it near the lake or water or river, you will make the lake and the river water getting too warm. And what happens if the river or the lake is getting warm? The oxygen don't dissolve in warm water. The fish will die. No oxygen, fish die, and further will lead to eutrophication. Another problem, calcium chloride. Calcium chloride, that is the byproduct. And you're going to produce a lot of calcium chloride. And if you dump it into the lake, you will have too much calcium chloride deposit onto the lake. Calcium chloride in small amount are not toxic. But if you dump in a large amount, this calcium will causening the hardening of water. And the chloride will kill the organism, it will kill the fish. So this too is the consideration. So survey tower should not be done by near the river or lake, but rather it should be on the open ocean. On this survey process, students will realize there is many steps involved. Survey process is a good summary of all the knowledge that you learn at the year 12 chemistry. On the first one, you should know like sodium carbonate as a base, HCO3 hydrogen carbonate. What's the valency? 1 minus. What is this? Carbonic acid. Ammonia as a base. So now this is to refresh you of the ammonia property, sodium carbonate, and all the carbonate property. The next picture. Metal react with oxide, form metal oxide. Calcium with oxygen form calcium oxide. Carbon with oxygen form carbon dioxide. When you add water, form base and acid as on this survey process. Further, ammonium salt, ammonium chloride as acidic salt. The charge valency. Ammonium are very soluble as are chloride. Carbonate are less soluble. So sodium and carbonate can precipitate out at ammonium chloride will still soluble in the survey tower. Carbon dioxide equilibrium. So now you see this calcium carbonate limestone. How's carbonic acid form? Carbon dioxide with water form carbonic acid, which ionize into H plus and HCO3 1-. So if you learn this survey process well, you can really understand the full chemistry concept of all the confusing hard part that you can handle well.